A client calls you, they say, we need to do something with AI. You ask, okay, what exactly? Then silence. They have no idea. They just know everyone else is doing it, and they're not. And the gap is starting to feel expensive. If you're an MSP owner, you have had this exact call. And most MSPs answer it wrong. So today, I'm going to show you the four-rung ladder that turns a nervous call into an offer your clients will actually pay for. And I'll give you the real agenda so you can run your first one this month. Let's get into it. Here's where it goes sideways. A client says they want AI. So the MSP answers with a tool. Oh, we can set up Copilot. We can deploy agents. And right there, you lost. Because the second you lead with a tool, the client compares you to your price, to a YouTube tutorial. You took the trust conversation and turned it into a shopping trip. And the question isn't what tool do you want? It's this: where can AI save your team time without creating new risk? Build everything around that one sentence, and the whole conversation changes. Picture three of your clients: a small law office, a 40-person construction firm, a 120-person nonprofit. All three want AI. Not one needs the same first step. The lawyer, terrified of client data leaking somewhere it shouldn't. The construction firm just want field notes to turn into updates without burning a Saturday. The nonprofit wants board summaries done in 20 minutes instead of 3 hours. Same technology, three completely different problems. Hand all three the same package and you're not solving anything. You're flipping a switch and hoping. What they need is someone to translate the tech into business clarity. And here's the part that generic AI consultants can't do. They don't know your client environment. You do. That's your, don't waste it. And now, what's really going on inside of these businesses? Nobody walks in asking for the future of work. They walk in tired, rewriting the same emails, summarizing the same meetings, answering the same questions for the 5th time this week. That's the friction. That's where Microsoft AI earns its keep. But useful doesn't happen by accident. A Copilot license doesn't build a better fix of business that keeps all its knowledge in one employee's head and a folder called Final Leap 3. So here's the framework. Picture a ladder. It has 4 rungs. And the number one mistake is jumping to rung 4 when your client hasn't climbed rung 1. Let's go from bottom to top. Rung 1, the AI Time Audit, your entry offer. You're not implementing anything. You run a guided session that shows leadership where AI gives back real hours. The easiest thing on this list to sell. Why? Because every old already feels time bleeding out of their week. And you're not selling a tool, you're selling the Saturdays back. And I'm not going to make you guess how to run it. Here's the actual agenda that I run. 90 minutes, 10 minutes to frame the session and set the boundary. You're finding opportunities. You're not building anything today. 30 minutes, walk through the real workflows. 20 minutes, scoring each one. 20 minutes and additionally ranking them together. 10 minutes to pick the one that the first move. And that's the whole session. Now the scoring. 3 numbers, 1 to 5 each. Time saved per week. Complexity to set up. Risk if it goes wrong. High time. Complexity, low risk. That's your first move. High time, but high risk. That goes into later with guardrails piled. That's the entire model. It fits on an index card. And that simplicity is the point. Rung 2, Safe AI Use Workshop, the most overlooked offer on the list. Here is the uncomfortable truth: your client and people are already using AI. Leadership doesn't know which tools or what data is going into them. This workshop replaces, I hope nobody is pasting contracts into a free chat bot, with actual rules. 3 buckets: approved for routine use, use with caution, do not use without approval. That's the framework a busy owner can remember. Rung 3, the Copilot adoption workshop, not a feature tour. The first time I ran a version of this, I blew it. I put executive, salespeople, and operational staff in one room with one set of examples. And to be honest, it flopped. The execs were bored. They're like, guys, we're not techs. The ops team was lost. This isn't valuable to me. No one walked away with something they could use Monday. That failure is where the fix came from. Now it's role-based. Execs practice updates and summaries. Sales practice follow-ups. Operation practices checklists and handoffs. The same tool, 4 different sessions, 4 different time that I show the value for them. Now, rung 4, the agent planning workshop. That's the one everybody wants to start with, and almost no one is ready for it. An agent is only useful when it has a clear job. And most small businesses, their knowledge is scattered. SharePoints, OPDS, team chats, random OneDrive profiles, so on and so forth. The head of one employee who's thinking about retiring. Build an agent on top of that mess, and you're done. It's automate the confusion. So run a planning session first. The deliverables in a 1-page agent brief. And here's the beautiful part. That brief is valuable, even if they never build the agent. I once told an MSP client, step 1 was cleaning up the scattered knowledge first. They didn't buy the build, but it came back 2 quarters later and they bought 3 engagements because I told them the truth instead of selling them something that they would have failed. That's the whole game. Okay, so how do you sell this in the room? 4 moves that I use. Lead with pain. Connect the pain to a workflow. Offer a safe first step. Recommend the next action. It sounds like this. Based on what you shared, I wouldn't start with a full AI rollout. I'll start with an AI time audit. You walk out with one practical use case, the risk, the notes, and the recommended path. And from there, we decide together what's worth building. That's not a vendor pitching a project. It's a trusted advisor, and advisors get hired again. That's when a client says, you just build me the agent. You don't argue. You say, happy to. And the fastest way to a good agent is planning session first. So we don't build the wrong thing. You're not declining the work. You're sequencing it so it succeeds. And the last thing, and this is the one that decides whether you have a business or just a clever trick that you can only do once. If only one person in your company can explain, sell, and deliver AI, you don't have an offer. You have a bottleneck. Wherein so build a delivery kit for every offer. Sales sheet, discovery questions, intake forms, agenda, worksheet. Do that, and your offer becomes an asset. That gets sharper every quarter. Skip it, and you start from scratch every time. And here what I want you to take away. You don't need to be the loudest AI voice in your market. You don't need to be the most trusted guide for your clients who just need to know what to do this month. Start with the time. Where's the time leaking? Add the safe use guidance. Train people in the tools they already touch. Plan agents only when it's a real use case for it. Start with one offer. Name it clearly. Build the workshop, sell the outcome, and do it again. You have the agenda and the scoring model. That's enough to run your first time audit this month. And if you want to build a full outer with someone who already run it, I have a session called the MSP AI Offer Builder. You walk away with a name, positioned, workshop ready AI offer to your clients. It's starting at $1,500. Link is in the description. If you got something out of this, subscribe. We're going to keep practicing, keep it practical here. No hype, just results. Always be learning. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.